हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल तबरेज़ मलिक। उम्मीद करता हूं सब अच्छे से होंगे। तो दोस्तों, आज बात करेंगे जिंदगी के ऐसे सपने की जो लोग देखते तो हैं बट उन्हें मालूम नहीं होता है करना कैसे है। बहुत सारी चीजें इंटरनेट पे हैं और हजारों के तादाद में इन्वेस्टमेंट प्रोग्राम, ये प्रोग्राम, पता नहीं क्या क्या प्रोग्राम दुनिया ने डाला हुआ है। लेकिन आज मैं एक ऐसे बंदे से आपको मिलाऊंगा। और दोस्तों, पीछे का बैकग्राउंड देख के इतना समझ में आ रहा होगा कि मैं किस लोकेशन पे बैठा हूँ, और जिस लोकेशन पे बैठा हूँ वहां पे ऐसे लोग बैठते हैं जिसकी एक मार्केट में वैल्यू होती है, सोच होती है, समझ होती है, और फ्रॉड नहीं होते हैं। क्योंकि इस मार्केट में इस चीजों में फ्रॉड और स्कैम बहुत ज्यादा है। तो मैंने सोचा क्यों ना एक ऐसी कंपनी से मिला जाए। तो विद द हेल्प ऑफ एक बहुत अच्छे हमारे लोकल हैं यहाँ के, उनसे मदद लिया मैंने और एक बड़ी कंपनी के साथ मैंने बात किया। और उस बड़ी कंपनी का नाम है विजन इमिग्रेशन एडवाइजरी। थोड़ी सी चीजें इनके बारे में मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, इनके मैनेजमेंट डायरेक्टर बताएंगे, लेकिन बता देता हूँ कि ये जो वीडियो है आज डेडिकेटेड उन लोगों के लिए जो सपने देखते हैं एक ऐसे कंट्री में जाने का जहां पे अपने परिवार के साथ सुकून से बिजनेस कर सके, काम कर सके, फ्री एजुकेशन मिल सके। उनके पास सब कुछ होने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं होता है। तो चलो डिटेल में बात करते हैं। बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आंसर है जो आप जानना चाहते हो एक माइग्रेशन, एक इमिग्रेशन एडवाइस से, कि भाई अगर हमें सेकंड पासपोर्ट लेना है तो उसके फुल प्रोसेस क्या होते हैं। एक बाई क्वेश्चन निकले। तो पहले बात तो वेलकम टू माय चैनल।
Thank you very
और
much.
थैंक्स फॉर गिविंग योर टाइम एंड लेट मी टेल यू एवरीथिंग कि ये जो कंटेंट है ये पूरी तरह से इंग्लिश मिक्स होगा।
हिंदी आती है मेरे को थोड़ी
थोड़ी
बहुत
थोड़ी
आती है.
व्हाट यू डू एक्चुअली, लिटिल इंफॉर्मेशन।
Well, anyway, thank you very much for a very good introduction. I really
Thank
do
you.
appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
So you've been doing a good job. So thank you very much
Thank
for that, and thank you for having us.
Thank you for appreciating.
Thank you. So Vision Immigration Advisory, we are 32-year-old company. We are active in many different countries. We're active in the GCC. We're in Oman, Qatar, Bahrain. We are also in a few African countries. We are in Tanzania. We've been in Tanzania for quite some time. We have our operations in Nigeria as well, where मैं खुद भी personally visit करके clients को मिलके आया हूँ many times over. And so we then started expanding in East. So we do have our office in the Philippines as well. And now we are moving forward towards more Eastern countries. And this shows that no matter where in the world you are sitting, immigration is such a thing that even in the happiest places of the world, people want to go
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's just the way immigration works. So we have Canadians who migrate. We have Americans who migrate, believe it or not. We have British people who migrate. We have even foreigners and European citizens who are now moving towards something like a second citizenship. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that a second citizenship is only if you have a passport like an African or an Asian, or which are good passports, but a second citizenship is for anybody who's looking to make a change in their life, lifestyle, or business. That's really what a second citizenship is for.
So I have lists of questions.
Sure.
I have ready with paper.
Sure.
Because this is very important part and very important video. The people who want to a second passport,
Sure.
especially from India. Why the people want to get second citizenship? I need clear answer so people
Fine.
can understand.
So there are many reasons for a second citizenship. It could be to expand your business. For example, a second citizenship allows you to travel more than 150 countries, in some cases up to 180 countries.
Great.
So it changes when you have your business. You might have a business meeting in Paris. You need to quickly go to the airport and fly away.
Without visa.
Without visa. So in a business person, an entrepreneur, anybody with a international business or who is hoping to grow internationally, a second citizenship is kind of like the first investment that they would be making. Another benefit is taxes, of course. Now, I just want to say that we are not tax attorneys. We are immigration attorneys. However, I can advise a little bit on tax that definitely Caribbean countries or a second citizenship with a non-habitual tax regime, NHCR, non-habitual tax regime. When you have this set up, you can definitely mitigate and save a lot on taxes. So third is lifestyle. For example, there's a lot of people who might be very wealthy. They may have everything in the world. They may have their houses, their cars, but they're not able to travel with their friends. I have a funny example. It's a very extreme example. So, but it's an example where one of our clients bought a brand new Lamborghini,
Okay.
green color, beautiful Lamborghini, brought it downstairs to the office and says, Ray,
Mm.
let's go for a ride.
Yeah.
So we went for a ride, beautiful car. And he says, what do you think? So I told him, this car would be at its best in Germany on the Autobahn where there's no speed limit. Let's go.
That's true.
I can't go right now.
Mm.
I have to get in line.
Yeah.
So it's just an example of a lifestyle client. So then he came back to us next week and he signed with us. And now he's a St. Kitts national. And now he takes his Lamborghini wherever he
And
wants.
he can go anywhere in the Europe side.
Anywhere in the world that he wants to go, in fact,
Good.
So you have many other reasons. You also have security. The last reason I'll give you is security. For example, there may be many times where the world is an unstable place. A lot of volatility is happening right now. And you never know when the ease and freedom of travel will save you in some situations, or maybe be able to protect your family or relocate yourself and your family.
Mm.
So security is also a very big thing here.
Very big thing.
Yeah.
My next question, how long you have been on this and how many clients you have applied so far?
How long have we been on it is an easy answer.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for 32 years now. We're going into our year number 33. For the first 25 years, we exclusively represented the Canadian government as an ICRC, RCIC, and as before ICCRC was CAPIC, before CAPIC was CSIC, and before that there was no regulation. And we've been there since there was no regulation. That's how long we've been here. In terms of clients, well over 40 to 45,000 families till now, which is at least.
And that
200.
family you can see into 4 into 6, maybe. You don't
Yeah,
know,
because
maybe
you have to look at their
200,000
children, and then you have to look at their, and then you have to look at the goodwill. So I have a story. I have lots of stories. I have
Yeah.
a small story on that we have one of our offices that is 26 years old now.
Okay.
Same office, same space,
Same.
and it's our processing office in Dubai. And we had a family that came in and they said, do you remember us? And we said, no, sorry, it's been too long. We don't remember you.
Yeah.
They said, we received our Canadian citizenships from your company 18 years ago. This is my brother's child and his family.
Mm.
Please send them. They didn't have our number. They didn't have our email. They had lost everything. They just remembered our location.
And
They came in 18 years later.
to meet.
Yeah. So if you look at stories like that, then it's
Thousands of stories. And you can just go and portal and website, you can go ahead and receive.
thousands and
So,
thousands.
second, next question. What is the difference between citizenship by investment and the citizenship by investment?
Very good question. It's a very, very good question. So a lot of people get confused between CBI, citizenship by investment, and RBI, which is residency by investment. We always have to meet with the client first and find out what is the goal.
Okay.
What's the goal? Many times a client will say, or someone will say, I know that I want this.
Mm.
But after meeting with them, we can say, we know that you need this, in fact, instead of this. So what's the goal? For example, let's talk about examples by nationality. Okay.
For example, India.
Let's say India. I was going to start with a very good country.
Yeah.
World's largest migrant country is India. The world's largest migrant country.
Right.
Indian nationals love their country. Indian nationals are very democratic. Indian nationals are very nationalistic. And that is a great thing. Indian passports are a strong passport. In the world, it's a good rating and good political standing.
Yes.
For Indians who are involved with tenders, government, or mining, or large-scale conglomerate businesses where they need to retain their citizenship in order to continue their lifestyle, they go for residencies.
Okay, I go.
A residency allows you to enjoy all the benefits of being a permanent resident in a foreign country without having the need to renounce your citizenship as long as you maintain your PR in that country. Some of your family members can choose to move forward with citizenship and some don't have to.
They can keep there.
They can. I have an example in Tanzania. In Dar es Salaam, we have a lot of clients who do second citizenship there. Now, in Tanzania, there's a special rule that if you lose your citizenship, you lose everything.
Okay.
You don't own anything anymore in Tanzania because
Even you not get the PO like
even
OIs.
your shirt.
Really? Everything you lose.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so we have those clients applying for residencies. Maybe some of their families move on. However, we have some countries, let's talk about Pakistan or let's talk about Bangladesh. Those countries are allowed a dual citizenship. So they go for citizenship by investment program.
They allowed, huh?
They're allowed for
Like
citizenship.
India don't allow.
India does allow, but there are some rules and regulations in which we have to remain
Okay.
to keep both of our citizenships.
Okay. There is some rule.
There are some.
We will talk on this.
We
something,
should.
yeah.
We should. It's a very important
Yeah,
topic.
If topic we'll take on. This is tricky things we'll talk on later on.
Sure.
So next question. Which country are most popular for second passports, especially people living in UAE?
In UAE.
Especially in UAE.
Okay.
Third country national.
UAE is very interesting. You have the whole world is in UAE. The whole world is
Yes.
here. There's a door to every country.
Yeah.
So over here, the Caribbean and European programs are more popular.
Sorry, can we add example like people living in India? For example, in UAE or like India. India is like
Indians tend to go towards Europe.
Europe.
You want me to? I'll keep it simple. Indians love Europe. Indians love the UK. Indians love the US. If the US or the UK is not possible, Indians love Canada.
Okay.
Canada used to be easier. I'm a Canadian citizen myself. But they less go for Caribbean.
Oh.
The type of Indian nationals who go for Caribbean are the business people or the lifestyle people.
Okay.
But it's not, for example, a family who wants to change their citizenship. It wouldn't be this. They go for Europe, Portugal.
Okay. So Vision Consultancy can help the people to settle down that country or not?
We can help you with any Caribbean program. We can help you with any European program. We can help. UK no longer has a program. It's not an easy program. Just be careful. US has an EB5 program.
They recently launched 1 million. Something like
yes, it's a $900,000 program, EB5, and then you have the new Trump Gold Card, which is $5 million US dollars. Yes. You have the Malta program.
So we have options.
Yeah, but to put everything aside, and let's keep it simple. Portugal is one of the best programs right now to move into. It's a very welcoming country, easy. Indians settle down very quickly. Asians settle down very quickly, and the Caribbean, out of the Caribbean, either St. Kitts or Grenada.
Okay.
These are the three programs that Indian nationals are usually moving towards.
Mr. Ray, my question now beyond this one, like as second passport you spoke and you told me for Portugal, my question is simple that especially Indian people don't want to go in a small country. Frankly, I'm telling you, the people's mindset is different.
Yes.
They want to go like, if I'll go to Europe now, I can travel Spain, France, like
yes,
this.
It's correct.
So mostly Indian people mindset is different. They want to settle with families and they will invest the money, no problem. But St. Kitts and all these, they will not go.
Yes, it's not a visiting country.
If any person want to contact with a Vision Consultancy, can we settle down to as per the RBI program to Portugal or not?
Of course, my favorite program is Portugal. It's the best program there is. It's the only two competition for Portugal with a residency by investment program RBI is Greece and Portugal. Greece is very difficult for future citizenship. Possible, but
I heard it.
Yeah. But Portugal is a little more welcoming.
Okay.
Portugal is a great country.
So we can select my question, Portugal.
Yes.
For Indian.
You can say Portugal for Indians is right now the hot topic.
Caribbean, we can, and optional, St. Kitts and all other countries.
Yes. Look, Portugal, the Portuguese program is a longer program. It's not a short program. It's about 5 years. 5 to 6 years RBI.
Yeah.
The Caribbean is about 12 months.
In 12 months?
So if today you and I both started the program, if you started Caribbean and I started Portugal, Portugal will take 1 year for the PR.
Okay.
And then another 5 years to be able to qualify to apply for the citizenship. you, Caribbean, will get your passport in 12 months, pending your approval by the Caribbean Investment Unit.
Investment.
12 months
12. Okay.
or so.
Okay.
So speed versus long-term
Long-term.
security. Yeah.
So these people should understand. Now,
Yes.
second question. What is the minimum investment we need for Caribbean or European citizenship or RBI program?
So the minimum investment right now across Caribbean starts at 200,000 US dollars, which is a donation-based
We
program.
can say like 1.8 CR.
You can
What is the
say
current
that's
rate?
starting at about $200,000 and going up to, for a family of four, husband, wife, and two
Kids.
minor children,
Hmm.
would be a little around 300,000 US dollars,
300.
approximately.
2.5 CR in Indian rupees, we can say.
Yeah.
And that's it will go in Portugal, you're talking about?
This is Caribbean.
Caribbean. Oh, sorry. Yes.
Or Portugal.
Okay.
Caribbean or Portugal.
So that money, what purpose you will pay like government to like draw like
Yes. If we go towards Caribbean, let's say we go for a Caribbean program, your fund goes as a direct donation to the government.
okay.
That fund is generally going to the National Transformation Fund, Economic Development Fund, so on. And they use this fund to build roads, improve roads, build hospitals, help the country's national infrastructure, increase
Okay.
infrastructure into the country.
Okay. So that money will not return back.
No, it's a donation.
Donation. Okay. What about the RBI program for Portugal?
So the RBI program for Portugal, there are two programs for the RBI.
Okay.
There's a program that runs at around 300K
Okay. Euros.
Okay. Approximately 300K euros.
3 crore. Okay.
And there's another program that runs at 600K euros.
Okay.
Approximately 600K euros.
6 crore. Okay.
Yeah. So, of course, the more expensive one is always the better one.
Better one.
Okay. Because
In terms of?
that's the real golden visa. The true golden visa.
Okay.
The true golden visa.
Okay.
It means that you invest your 500,000 euros into a fund.
Okay.
It's a regulated Securities Exchange regulated fund.
Okay.
Portuguese Financial Commission is involved. Ministry of Interior's Affairs is involved. And IMA is involved, which is the Immigration and Border Control of Portugal.
Okay.
3 government departments are involved in this process. And your funds your capital goes into a fund
Okay.
for 5 years. And then you have a guarantee on that capital coming back to you.
Without interest.
You receive about 1 to 2% per year.
Okay.
But look, interest, that 1-2% is not the goal. Sometimes clients get into a deal where the operator's offering them a lot of good return, upfront kickback, upfront everything back. You know, those are not legitimate deals. The goal here is not that you get your 1 or 2% or 4% or more. The goal is that your capital is guaranteed. That's more important, right?
Any country have a like investment program on property that we can get some rental?
There is a program. So we spoke about 2 programs in Portugal. We spoke about the Golden Visa, and then we spoke about a second program, which is a business migration program.
Okay.
In the business migration program, we involve real estate. We purchase a real estate, freehold,
okay,
with a title deed.
Okay.
We use a company, and we use business migration methods to apply for residency based on the investment.
Okay. So in that we can buy our property, we can put in the rent.
Yes, we can buy specific properties. Specific properties. Okay. It cannot be any property. That was Golden Visa. That was the old Portugal Golden Visa.
So it's closed now.
It's closed now.
Okay.
There are specific properties that you can buy which have commercial license.
Government has selected this property you have to buy.
Government has given some permission. So, for example, 2 years ago in Lisbon or in a lot of Portugal, Airbnb was shut down.
Oh, okay.
However, because it's a fair government, anything that is retrogressive is protected. So if you got an approval for something, they won't take it away if they change the laws next year. You retain your right, which is very good. It's very good.
Yes.
So many properties that had commercial permits, which are no longer being issued, those properties are purchasable. You can buy those properties.
Okay. Till now is available.
Till now they're available because that property already has the commercial permit on the property, right? Even if it sells, sells with that commercial permit.
Commercial property, yes.
But if I buy a new apartment and try to do Airbnb, I won't get the commercial permit anymore.
Okay.
So those properties are still
So you
available.
can say resale one?
Resale one. There's few of them.
Few of them.
There's not too many.
No many. No. Means it's already stopped.
It stopped, yeah.
But
So
we
there
can
are
try
a
it.
few.
We can try it.
There are.
If somebody want to contact me,
it's available. The truth of the matter is that they are available. They're just not unlimited. They're not making any more.
Okay.
That's
So
all.
you can try it.
Yes, it's available. Yeah.
Okay. What document and background check are typically required in these cases?
Very amazing question. Thank you for asking me this question.
Thank you.
Even though in all of our proposals we give a entire document list, very naked system. Everything is clear on our proposals.
Crystal clear.
However, these questions come up. There are many documents which the government can accept as a substitute for another document.
Okay.
There are some documents that the government will not negotiate upon.
Okay.
For example, home country police clearance certificate. I need this. Without this, it's a no-go. It's a no-go. Birth certificates. I need those. Without that, it's a no-go. Marriage certificate for husband.
Birth certificate. If the person has, like for my example, I tell you, I don't have birth certificate.
Birth certificate. However, the Indian government has made channels where you can approach and get a birth certificate verification document. If you approach BLS,
okay,
BLS will issue you a birth certificate verification document, which will give you a substitute of the birth certificate.
Sorry, I don't know about this.
Oh, yeah.
First time, Mr. Thanks for it.
It's no problem.
So many knowledge I got from him today. Really,
Thank you.
Really.
So
we can get this.
BLS will issue that. In some cases, BLS will also issue a police clearance certificate. However, your police clearance must be clear from back home.
Yes.
So there's a set of documents, but mainly passport copies.
Birth certificate is very important.
Birth certificate is important. Marriage certificate is important. And I need police clearance is very important.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And in the rest of the documents, foreign governments are flexible if you approach the objectives
Do you need ITR also? Income tax return?
We do. We don't need income tax return, but they do ask for bank statements.
Bank statements.
Yes, we need bank statements, and we need bank statements at least showing a similar amount
to investment.
Yeah, to investment. We don't need those funds, but we do need to show. $0 in the bank account. Where did you afford a 300,000?
Right.
Your units.
Yes.
Right, a property.
I got.
So we have to show some fairness.
But
they are flexible. Some things they are not flexible, like these things. Oh, and I need a marriage certificate. We have had examples where we have many couples living together. Maybe they're a fiance and they never got married. Or maybe they're a common live-in relationship. They've been living together. Maybe they have children together, but they never got married. We have this situation many times. The Caribbean government does not accept this.
Oh.
They need a marriage certificate. They don't accept a second wife or third wife, which some African...
Only one.
Only one. They only accept one. But Portugal is a little more flexible. Portugal will accept some substitutes of documents. Portugal will accept that you have a fiance or a live-in relationship as long as you can prove it.
You can prove it.
Yeah.
One question I don't have on the list. I just got in my mind.
Sure.
If we get approval, so that money we have to pay upfront all, or there is an installment system?
Very good question. It's such a good question. Okay. Let's talk again about Caribbean, then we'll do Portugal.
Yes.
All right. Caribbean, you have two parts.
Okay.
You have an upfront part, which is about, for a family of 4, arrives to something around 50,000 USD. Okay. Around 50,000.
Upfront means when we are opening the case.
Yes. Okay. This is because of all the application fees, government's due diligence fees, interview fees. All the government's fees are taken up front.
Okay.
Whether you pass or whether you're accepted or not, right? Those fees are gone.
Okay.
The large donation that comes in, which is usually 200 or 250K, comes after the citizenship is approved.
Okay.
So that's safe.
So, okay, that's safe. And that once approved, then we'll pay.
Then you pay.
Okay.
For Portugal, it works differently. For Portugal, yes, there is pre-approvals, but the funds that have the capital that needs to go into the fund must be prepared. So once you start the case, you pay a little upfront, but then the capital must go to the fund within 30 to 45 days.
Once you're approved.
Once you start the case.
Okay.
In Portugal, the approval comes after the investment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But once you make the investment, we have a pre-authorization. So that means your investment is safe.
Mm.
Then we do the investment and then we apply and you get the approval. But it's a very rare chance that you apply, you pay, and then they reject you. No, they will reject you before the money moves.
Pre-approval. I got.
Yeah.
Before pre-approval, they can reject
Yeah.
it. So
They don't take the money.
I got.
They don't want your capital. They're not here for your capital.
Mm.
These foreign governments are here they're trying to increase their citizenship.
Mm.
They're trying to bring people like yourself,
Yes.
educated and hardworking and business people, talent to the country.
Common mistake or wrong ideas people have about the second passport.
A second passport is not protection from a government. A second passport is not a license to start doing whatever you want and playing with taxes and being a second passport is a lifestyle choice. After you get a second passport, the government who gave you the second citizenship has up to 5 years to revoke it if you misbehave. So many people believe that a second citizenship is like a diplomatic passport or is something like a license, right? To do whatever you like. But no, you have to remain within the rules and regulations of that country.
Within 5, if you do something, they can.
Oh yeah,
cancel
they
it?
can. Yes, they can. If you're going for a Caribbean passport or a Caribbean citizenship application, or if you're doing a Portuguese or a European citizenship or residency application, you have to know that, disclosure is very important.
Okay.
For example, these governments are hiring third-party due diligence companies who are very good at what they do. Very, very good. And they uncover everything. So whenever you approach your lawyer and you are applying for something, it's important to give full disclosure. If there is something in the past, say it.
I got, like doctor and police, lawyers, we have to say everything to them.
Yeah.
That I have this disease and this, huh?
Otherwise, your representative will not be able to accurately defend you or represent you.
Right.
Yeah. So that's one thing that people should really think about. Second thing that people should, again, in legal terms, should think about is, something very important. It's a little fact, okay? The one rule of having multiple citizenships is that you can never enter and exit the country on different citizenships. For example.
I got.
Yeah, you know about that, right? That you
Yes.
should always enter the country with the same citizenship as you, like when you exit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a really big issue. So we do have one of our Chinese clients who was, last year, who got stuck in Australia.
How do you make your service and program you offer 100% legal and transparent?
Okay, it's a good question. So of course we have our licenses. We are practiced. We have a license to practice. We also have malpractice insurance.
Okay.
So we pay the Law Society an insurance fee that protects our clients up to $1 million. So if we have many branches, we have many different, we have many people who work in the offices. But if anybody has misrepresented something to you, if we have any negligence that has happened on our part, any kind of mistake that from our side that has been done, we do have in our clauses 100% refund guarantee. We are maybe one of the only companies who stand by for 100% refund if any mistake has been made on our part. It comes from our insurance. That's how we secure the program for our clients. How do we make it legal? So I'm a member of the Investment Migration Council. We are representatives of the Canadian government. We have yearly audits on us. We have yearly checks on us. We have to submit our accounts, our retainers, our client lists, and we are regulated.
What other cost will come? I already covered that 50,000-60,000 will go and go. Any other cost like we have to bear on it?
Generally, okay. So in talking about how the market behaves, when the market behaves in a certain way, what they do is they show clients a very little upfront cost, and then they kind of get them in.
So you are very transparent. How this cost will come.
What we do is, or what any licensed and regulated operator should be doing, is they should be transparently giving you an itemized, like each item.
Quotation.
So for example, in our quotations, many of the quotations they go out, or many of the quotes that go out from our company, the average price is something around 325 or 350,000 US dollars. Even if we have a $200 courier charge, you see it there.
Okay. Everything is there.
Everything is there.
Single with the printing, you can say.
$1 is
It
written.
mentioned.
Yeah.
With the tax and everything.
Yes.
Okay. Any other countries coming on CBI program for 2025 or soon?
Yeah. So there is one new country I can speak of. It's called Nauru. It's Nauru.
I heard
Nauru.
it. I heard
Yeah.
it.
It's a new country. It's just off the coast of Australia. It's in the same environment as Vanuatu, if you've heard of that country
Yes,
as well.
yes.
Vanuatu. Just near Australia.
Mm.
And that country is a new country. They've just opened up their program recently, and it's not a very well received passport in terms of travel. So right now there's only about 85 to 90 countries that are giving
Same
it
like
free
India.
travel. Yes. However, it's a very new program. Their politics matter.
Mm.
How they behave over the next few years matter.
Okay.
How they, what
I
they
got
contribute to society
it.
matters.
Yes.
And as their program ages and their behavior improves or their politics go well,
Mm.
that number of countries can grow.
Okay.
That number of countries can grow. So I'll give you another little fact. St. Lucia, which is a Caribbean country, recently just got Canada on arrival.
Oh.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Saint
It's
Lucia.
the only Caribbean country. It's actually one of the few countries of the world that have Canada on arrival.
Mm.
So politics matter, behavior matters, right?
How can people contact Vision Consultancy? Lots of people, like your employees, they left out or between this conversation or between the business, like anything by email, and they talk something else to your client on WhatsApp and private message, and people claim later on, ना इसने तो ये बोला था, ऐसा हुआ था. So what you do actually on that?
So okay, maybe can I answer this a little differently?
Yes, please.
I won't say what we do. I would rather say what the market should be doing. What the
You have to
industry,
focus on that one with the scammers also, please.
what the industry should be doing. You never meet your representatives in a coffee shop. You never meet them in a gas station or at a hotel lobby.
Anywhere.
Come to their office. We have cameras. Everybody has cameras. Come to the office.
Yes.
Make sure you're dealing with an agent who has their license on the wall. Make sure you double check, triple check. Make sure that, any regulated or honest or ethical provider will be able to show you the government's pricing beside their pricing, and you should see the match. That matters. Make sure that you never give cash. Cash is the biggest problem.
Biggest
could
problem
be
you cannot
cash.
prove to anywhere.
If you give cash, make sure you have a notarized receipt. Even if it's in a difficult situation and you just have a paper, write it down. I have done so and so for the purpose of so and so. Document your cash. But let me just say one thing about large sums of cash, okay? If you give a large amount of money, like let's say you applied with us, Mr. Tabriz, for a Caribbean or a Portuguese passport, and now it comes time to pay that big amount, the 300K or the 200K. The minute, even though I am your operator, the minute you place your funds into my hand, we lose the source verification.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more traceability. Let's say I take your money and not me, we don't take your money. Let's say someone takes your money and they gave a different money.
I got
your money is clean. Maybe this is not.
This is not.
There's no traceability.
Not traceability.
So you actually, it would put a hole in your case to have your funds go to anybody else, except for legal fees or government fees. If the donation amount or the investment amount goes outside from your chain of ownership, you're done. Even if your brother pays it, we have questions.
I have questions.
So,
So no cash, no outside dealing.
contracts.
Any final message you want to give to our viewers or listeners?
Again, I'd like to speak on, more than anything, I'd like to speak on the fraud that we have going on in our market. You know, markets exist for a reason, so that you can visit multiple operators in the market to get a quote to understand what's going on. Visit more than one. Make sure that you have a similar comparison of what's happening in the market. Check the backstories. Any strong consultant would love to have a proud display of their visas. Mr. Tabriz, if you just step and just check
I have
into
seen.
in the reception,
Yes,
we have files and files of successful
stories
stories right there.
right there.
Visas and everything. Of course, we redact the names and we redact the information, but
Yes,
we have maybe on that table outside probably at least 200 or 300 in those files minimum,
yes, I have seen.
or maybe more.
Yeah,
So find an operator who's proud of what they do. It's not just about money after 33 years.
so that's why you keep everything on the table.
Yes,
Right.
yes. It's a very good example.
Like what I do in my channel, if I do something like this, I make interview directly in Malta. I'm going to Europe. I make direct interview. And like recently I make video in Luxembourg. Luxembourg is very fraud country in terms of migration here in especially in Asian country.
Sure, I've heard.
People say that lots of job is there, but there is no job. There is no job for the outsider, non-European countries. If you have Euro passport, PR, then you can come and work there. But people is like, there's no transparency for the people, immigration experts here. So that's the reason you are saying that everything you keep because you are well legit. I have seen, that's why I make video. And hopefully this video is very helpful. The people who want to invest, who want to change their life, who want to give better life to their childrens, their families, their mother, father, grandfather, everyone. So this is very important video, and this video is fully dedicated to your father also. Now, Mr. Ray, thanks for you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, long video. I hope.
You know, I'm just going to throw something in now
Yes.
that we've got a little personal now. We've
Yeah.
spoken about family and everything.
Yeah.
The foundation of this firm, it started as a family firm.
Yes.
So we have, this is like a few generations of
We have
lawyers.
seen lots of stories and
Yes.
about us.
So it's a generational practice.
Yeah.
However, in a law firm, when you grow with partners.
Yeah.
And so over time, what started as a small family firm now has branches in 13 countries with partners everywhere. Law firms make partners, and that's how we grew. But yes, the foundations are very much grassrooted. When I say that I have a lifetime of immigration experience, it means that I have been coming to the firm since I was a baby.
Yeah.
So we've been taught to always inform the client, over-inform the client, not to confuse them, but
Yeah.
for them to be sure of what they're doing. Is this what you want? A, B, C, D, E. A well-informed client makes well-informed decisions. Well-informed decisions leads to a successful outcome. Successful outcome leads to more cases, right?
Right.
We get referrals. 100% of my personal client network is by handshake. This company, they don't give me leads. 100% of my work is by client handshake because they're satisfied. They come
Yeah.
back and say, Ray, thank you. You did it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Here's a client. Here's
Yes,
two clients. Here's
yes,
three.
right. So this podcast, you can say like this, and it is not like mic one, and not like studios, but the views from the Sheikh.
A bit casual. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah,
It's good. I like it. We should do
Sheikh
more.
Zahra Ghosh Khalifa is there behind us.
Oh, yeah.
So lots of roads is there. Mr. Ray, thanks you very much
Thank you
for
very
joining
much.
our
Thank you.
channel.
No, really, I do appreciate it. I appreciate having
And
it.
we got good information. और जाते जाते कहता हूँ कि किसी को भी अगर सेकंड पासपोर्ट हासिल करना है, जो मेरे इंडियन भाई लोग, पाकिस्तानी लोग देख रहे हैं, या बांग्लादेशी आप देख रहे हो, या नेपाल से कहीं से भी देख रहे हो, आपको लगता है कि आपके सपने पूरे करने हैं, परिवार के साथ कहीं सेटल होना है, तो कांटेक्ट कर सकते हो विजन माइग्रेशन एडवाइजर को. मेरा रेफरेंस ले सकते हो तबरेज मलिक की तरफ से, या मुझसे कांटेक्ट करना तो मुझे भी कर सकते हो. इनका सारा डिटेल मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाल दूंगा, यहाँ पे जा सकते हो और विजिट कर सकते हो डायरेक्ट इनके ऑफिस में, जो शेख ज़हरा पे इनका लोकेटेड है, और पूरी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपको नीचे मिल जाएंगे. दोस्तों, अगर वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना, वीडियो को शेयर जरूर करना, और कमेंट सेक्शन में कोई भी सवाल पूछना है इमिग्रेशन से रिलेटेड, तो मैं इनको फॉरवर्ड कर दूंगा आपके क्वेश्चन को। उम्मीद है वीडियो आपको लगेगा। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for
Thanks once
listening and for
again.
watching. You have a great day now.